You know those tubes in Futurama? London used to have those. This is the London Pneumatic Despatch Railway, and it is sci-fi with steam engines. Before I tell you anything else about it, I will say that researching this one has been a bit of a bugger. Even normally reliable sources disagree on really basic things like when the company that built this folded, or the size of the tubes, or how much stuff still remains, or even whether it's dispatch or Despatch. So if you find sources that say something different to what I'm going to say, honestly, you might be right. So this is an underground tube that's built over the course of the 1860s, and it goes from Euston railway station to the General Post Office at St Martin's le Grand via a building on Holborn, which is now the Prudential Building. And at that bit in the middle, there are two big steam engines that blow and suck the air through the tubes to make the trains move. It wasn't supposed to be for people, it was supposed to carry bags full of letters from the post office to the railway station, which is why the carriages are very, very short. As soon as it was built, Victorian train nerds were lining up to take off their top hats, lie down in that little tin coffin, and shoot through an underground tunnel. Even the Duke of Buckingham did it. And something I must impress upon you is how early all this stuff is. We've only had London Underground for about 5 minutes when this thing opens, and we're already bored of it and we're like, right, make it sci-fi. When it was fully finished, it could send a car from one end to the other in 17 minutes, but honestly that wasn't that much faster than just putting it in a horse-drawn van, so it never really caught on at the post office, and the post office never gave this train company a contract. Already by 1870 it was out of use, and the Pneumatic Dispatch Railway Company goes into liquidation a few years later, abandoning the tunnels. In 1928, one of those abandoned tunnels has a gas leak and explodes, and when people are digging around in the wreckage, they realise there are still cars down there. There's one in the Postal Museum archive. Supposedly there's also one in the Railway Museum's archive, but their search is even worse than the Postal Museum's, so I couldn't find it. These days, at least parts of the tunnels, I'm told, still exist for carrying like telephone lines and that sort of thing, and we have a couple of the carriages, and that's all that's left of one of the most steampunk things London has ever built.